What if I told you the heaviness in your legs, the swelling around your ankles, and those nighttime cramps are not just signs of aging, but early warnings your circulation may already be slowing down more than it should? Most people over 60 don't realize this until it begins to affect how they move, how they sleep, and how confident they feel on their feet. It doesn't happen all at once. It builds quietly. A little discomfort here, a little stiffness there, until one day your legs don't feel as reliable as they used to. Before we go any further, I want you to stay with me, because in the next 30 seconds, you're going to take a simple test that can reveal more about your leg circulation than most routine checkups ever will. And here's why this matters more than you think. Poor circulation isn't just about discomfort. It can increase your risk of falls, slow down healing, and quietly limit your independence over time. But the good news is, your body still has the ability to respond, improve, and recover. So don't just watch this. Pay attention, because what you discover next might change how your legs feel starting today. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. The seated calf pump. The one exercise that can change your circulation. Before we do anything today, we are going to take a quick test. In 30 seconds, I want you to become aware of something most people over 60 rarely think about: how your legs actually feel right now. Are they heavy? Slightly tight around the ankles? Maybe your feet feel colder than the rest of your body. If any of that sounds familiar, your circulation may not be working as efficiently as it used to. And that's exactly why this one simple movement matters more than you think. I do this one exercise every day, and I've seen patients transform how their legs feel in just a couple of weeks. It's called the seated calf pump, and while it looks almost too simple, it directly activates what many cardiologists refer to as your second heart. The muscles in your calves are responsible for pushing blood back up toward your heart. As we age, especially if we spend more time sitting, watching TV, reading, or resting, this pump becomes less active. Blood begins to pool in the lower legs, leading to swelling, fatigue, and even nighttime cramps. Here's exactly how to do it correctly, because the details make all the difference. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back upright, not leaning back, not slouched. Place both feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Now, keep the balls of your feet and your toes firmly pressed into the ground. From there, slowly lift both heels upward as high as you comfortably can. At the very top, pause for just 1 second and gently squeeze your calf muscles. You should feel a tightening, not pain, but a firm contraction. Then lower your heels back down slowly with control. No dropping, no rushing. That's 1 repetition. Continue at a steady rhythmic pace, about 1 lift every 1 to 2 seconds. After 20 to 30 seconds, you may start to feel a mild burning sensation in your calves. That's not something to fear. That's your muscles waking up and actively pushing blood upward again. If the sensation becomes too strong, pause for 10 seconds, then resume. Aim for at least 1 to 2 minutes total. If you're just starting, both feet together is perfect. As you get stronger, you can try 1 leg at a time to increase the effectiveness. And if you want even more benefit, place a small book under the front of your feet so your heels drop slightly lower before lifting. This increases the range of motion and improves circulation even more. This exercise is especially helpful if you sit for long periods during the day. You can do it while watching your favorite evening program, talking on the phone, or even during meals. The key is consistency, not intensity. Now, here's something most people don't realize. Even just 20 seconds of this movement can significantly improve blood flow that has slowed from sitting too long. That's how powerful it is. But this is only the beginning because there's another simple movement that works deeper into your legs. And if you skip it, you're leaving results on the table. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to point number 2. 2. The seated leg extension with toe flex, a full circulation reset most seniors overlook. Most people think circulation problems start in the feet, but in reality, the issue often begins higher up, in the thighs, where blood struggles to move efficiently after long periods of sitting. Before we do anything today, we are going to take a quick test. In 30 seconds, think about this. When you stand up after sitting for a while, do your legs feel stiff, slow, or slightly unsteady for those first few steps? That subtle hesitation is often a sign that your circulation isn't keeping up with your body's needs. This is exactly where the seated leg extension with toe flex becomes incredibly powerful. I do this one exercise regularly with my older patients, and many are surprised at how quickly their legs begin to feel lighter and more responsive. It's not just a movement, it's a coordinated flush that helps move blood from your ankles all the way back toward your heart. Here's how to do it the right way, because precision is what makes it effective. Sit tall in a chair with both feet flat on the floor. Keep your back straight, not rigid, but supported. Now, slowly extend your right leg out in front of you. Go as far as is comfortable. Your knee does not need to lock completely straight. Once your leg is extended, this is the key step most people miss. Point your toes away from you, like you're gently pressing on a gas pedal. Hold that position for about 2 seconds. You should feel your calf muscle tighten. Then slowly pull your toes back toward your shin. This creates a stretch in the back of your lower leg and allows fresh blood to flow back into the muscle. After that, bend your knee and lower your foot back to the floor with control. No dropping, no rushing. That's one full repetition. Now repeat the same movement on the other leg. Alternate back and forth, aiming for about 10 repetitions per leg. What's happening inside your body is more important than the movement itself. When you extend your leg, your thigh muscles compress the veins and help push blood upward. When you point your toes, your calf muscle activates, the same second heart we talked about earlier, giving an extra boost to that upward flow. 16, when you flex your foot back, the muscle relaxes and allows fresh, oxygen-rich blood to refill the area. It's a complete circulation cycle in one smooth motion. If you feel discomfort in your knee, don't force a full extension. Even a partial movement combined with the toe flex will still deliver meaningful benefits. And if mobility is limited, you can simplify the exercise by keeping your foot on the ground and focusing only on the toe point and flex. This exercise is especially helpful in the afternoon or evening when swelling tends to build up. It can also reduce that tight feeling many seniors notice after sitting too long. But here's something most people don't realize. Even when your thighs are working properly, there's still one critical area where circulation can silently fail, and the next movement targets it more directly than anything else you've tried. 3. The seated march, the hidden trigger that restarts blood flow in minutes. It may surprise you, but one of the biggest threats to your circulation isn't aging itself, it's how long you stay still. Before we do anything today, we are going to take a quick test. In 30 seconds, think about your daily routine. How often do you sit for more than an hour without moving your legs? Watching TV, reading, using the computer? It adds up quickly. And during that time, your circulation doesn't just slow, it can drop significantly. This is where the seated march becomes one of the most underrated but powerful exercises for seniors. I do this one regularly, and many older adults tell me it's the first time they actually feel their legs come back to life without standing up or risking a fall. Let me walk you through exactly how to do it correctly. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Your back should be upright, not leaning into the chair, but supported and stable. Now, slowly lift your right knee just a few inches off the seat. You don't need to lift high. What matters is control. Pause briefly at the top, then lower your foot back down quietly. Then repeat with your left leg. You're essentially marching in place, but while seated. The key detail here is intention. Don't swing your leg or rely on momentum. Each lift should come from your thigh muscles. You should feel the front of your upper leg tighten as you raise your knee. When you lower your foot, do it slowly and gently. If your foot makes a loud sound when it touches the floor, you're going too fast. Aim for a steady rhythm, about one lift per second. Continue alternating legs for about 60 seconds. Now, what's actually happening inside your body is what makes this exercise so valuable. Every time you lift your leg, your thigh muscles contract and compress the veins deep within your legs. This pushes blood upward, helping it return to your heart. When you lower your leg, those veins refill with fresh blood, ready for the next cycle. It's a natural pumping system that gets reactivated simply by moving with purpose. This exercise is especially helpful for those who spend long hours sitting or who feel stiffness when getting up. It gently reintroduces movement without putting stress on your joints or requiring balance. If lifting your knee feels difficult, you can modify the movement by sliding your foot slightly forward and back instead. Even a small motion can stimulate circulation if done consistently and with control. Try this in the afternoon when your legs start to feel heavy or after sitting through a long program. Over time, you may notice less stiffness, better mobility, and a lighter feeling in your legs. But here's what most people miss. Even if you get your thighs moving, there's still a deeper part of your lower leg that controls the strongest blood flow. And the next exercise targets that area in a way that can make an even bigger difference. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Ankle pumps, the smallest movement that can prevent the biggest circulation problems. Here's something most people over 60 never get told clearly enough. It's not the big movements you skip that hurt your circulation the most, it's the small ones you forget to do. Before we do anything today, we are going to take a quick test. In 30 seconds, think about this. When you've been sitting for a while, do your feet feel stiff or slightly numb when you first move them? That subtle feeling is often the earliest sign that blood flow has slowed more than it should. This is exactly why ankle pumps are one of the most important and most overlooked exercises you can do. I do this one consistently, and I recommend it to nearly every older patient who spends time sitting during the day. It may look almost too simple, but it directly targets the lower part of your legs where circulation problems often begin. Let's go step by step so you can do it correctly and actually get results. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Keep your heels in contact with the ground the entire time. Now, slowly lift your toes upward toward your shins as far as you can. You should feel a gentle tightening in the front of your lower legs. Hold that position for about 1 second. Then reverse the motion. Press your toes downward as if you're gently pushing on a gas pedal. Your heels may lift slightly, that's fine, but don't force it. Focus on the movement coming from your ankles. Again, pause briefly at the bottom. Now, repeat this motion in a smooth, controlled rhythm. Up, hold, down, hold. Aim for about 1 repetition every second, continuing for at least 30 to 60 seconds. What's happening inside your body is more significant than it appears. These small ankle movements activate the muscles surrounding the veins in your lower legs. Each movement helps push stagnant blood upward and allows fresh blood to circulate back in. It's like gently squeezing and releasing a sponge over and over, keeping fluid from sitting still too long. This becomes especially important if you sit for extended periods, watching television, reading, or during long car rides. After about 30 to 60 minutes of sitting, blood flow in the lower legs can slow dramatically. But here's the powerful part. Just 20 seconds of ankle pumping can help restore that flow almost immediately. If your ankles feel stiff, start slowly. Even small movements count. Over time, your range of motion will improve and the movement will feel more natural. You can do this exercise almost anywhere, at your kitchen table, in your living room, even while waiting at a doctor's office. The key is to make it a habit, not a one-time effort. But here's what many people don't realize. Even when your ankles are moving well, there's still one final movement that ties everything together. And it may be the missing piece that determines whether your circulation truly improves or stays the same. 5. Heel to toe rock, the overlooked movement that restores balance and circulation together. Most people focus only on getting blood moving, but very few think about how circulation and balance are deeply connected, especially after the age of 60. Before we do anything today, we are going to take a quick test. In 30 seconds, I want you to remember the last time you stood up and felt slightly unsteady for a moment. Maybe you caught yourself on a chair or paused before taking that first step. That brief hesitation is often more than just stiffness. It's a sign your lower leg muscles and circulation are not working in sync. This is where the heel to toe rock becomes incredibly valuable. I do this exercise regularly, and it's one of the simplest ways to improve not only blood flow, but also stability, something that becomes more important with each passing year. Let me show you exactly how to do it safely and effectively. Sit upright in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Make sure you feel stable and supported. Now slowly shift your weight forward so that you rise onto the balls of your feet. Your heels will lift gently off the ground. Pause for a second at the top and feel your calf muscles engage. Then slowly shift your weight backward. Lift your toes off the ground while your heels stay planted. You should feel the muscles in the front of your lower legs activate. Again, pause briefly. Now, continue rocking forward and backward in a slow, controlled motion. Forward onto your toes. Pause. Back onto your heels. Pause. That's one full cycle. Aim for about 20 to 30 repetitions at a steady pace. No rushing, no bouncing. The goal is smooth, deliberate movement. What makes this exercise unique is that it connects two critical systems in your body. When you rock forward, your calf muscles contract and help push blood upward. When you rock back, the muscles in the front of your legs activate, improving joint mobility and helping blood redistribute evenly. At the same time, your body is subtly training your balance system, your brain, nerves, and muscles working together. For many older adults, this is where things begin to decline quietly. Circulation slows, muscles weaken, and balance becomes less reliable. That's when the risk of falls increases, not because of one big problem, but because of several small ones adding up. If you feel unsteady, you can place your hands lightly on your thighs or the sides of the chair for support. Over time, as your confidence improves, try doing the movement with less assistance. This exercise fits easily into your daily routine. You can do it in the morning to wake up your legs or in the afternoon when they start to feel heavy. It doesn't require strength, it requires consistency. And here's the important part most people overlook. When you combine this movement with the previous 4 exercises, you're no longer just improving circulation, you're restoring a system your body depends on every single day. Now, let me show you how to put all 5 of these movements together into a simple daily routine that can change how your legs feel in just a matter of days. Your legs are telling a story. What you do next will shape the next 5 years of your health. Take a quiet moment and think about this. Your legs have carried you through decades of life, work, family, responsibilities, memories. But as we move into our 60s and beyond, the body begins to change in ways that are easy to ignore until they're not. Poor circulation is rarely loud in the beginning. It whispers, a little swelling at the end of the day, a slight cramp at night, feet that feel colder than they used to. These don't feel urgent, so most people brush them off. But over time, these small signals can quietly build into something more serious: reduced mobility, increased fall risk, slower healing, and in some cases, loss of independence. What makes this even more concerning is what happens when you're not paying attention, especially at night. When you lie still for hours, circulation naturally slows. If your blood flow is already compromised, your muscles and tissues may not receive enough oxygen. That's one reason why so many older adults experience nighttime leg cramps or wake up with stiffness and discomfort. It's not just aging, it's circulation struggling to keep up. But here's the deeper truth I want you to understand. Your body is not as fragile as it feels. It's responsive. It adapts. And even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it can improve if you give it the right signals. The 5 exercises you've just learned are not random movements. Together, they form a complete system. They activate your calves, your thighs, your ankles, and your balance mechanisms. More importantly, they restore something your body depends on every single day: a steady, reliable flow of blood. Now let's talk about your future. If you do nothing, if you continue sitting for long periods without movement, ignoring those early signs, over the next 1 to 3 years, you may notice your legs feeling heavier more often. Swelling may become more frequent. Walking may feel less stable. And by 5 years, these changes can begin to limit your daily life in ways that are hard to reverse. But if you take action now, just 5 to 7 minutes a day, you create a completely different path. Within a few weeks, you may feel lighter, more comfortable. In a few months, your strength and confidence can improve. And over the next several years, you give yourself a better chance of staying active, independent, and in control of your own life. This is not about doing something extreme, it's about doing something consistent. Your body is always listening to what you do or don't do. So the real question is not whether these exercises work. The question is, starting today, what message are you sending to your body? These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.